I want to ask you about all of Hugh's dancing because he dances. I think he dances the most out of anyone in the whole show. When you guys go way back, right? I think to Oklahoma.
Learn these words by heart the way you should.
But you were in the chorus.
Yeah.
Of Oklahoma, and Hugh's the lead. And I guess what bonded the two of you then?
We did a gag for the last matinee. We did a gag where he took one of my dance sections in Farmer and Cowman. He wanted to play a joke on the company and surprise everyone. So for a number of weeks, actually beforehand, we rehearsed. We went in a studio at the Royal National Theatre and I taught him my dance from Farmer and Cowman, my section with all the split leads in second and the barrel turns and the double pirouette and the extension. I taught him the whole section. And as I was teaching him and as we were working together, we actually just fell into a really good natural rhythm. And over the years, it's just the same. It's exactly like it was 25 years ago with me teaching him my Farmer and the Cowman stuff at the National. It just is, that's how we are in the studio. We two have a very honest, there's no filter. I never have to mind my tongue around Hugh. I can always say, not that foot, or actually that looks great, or don't do that, or yes, do more of that. We have a really good, honest exchange. Or he'll say to me, he says like, was that, I don't know, I'm not sure about that. And then I fix it. You know, it's really just, that's great. That's 25 years of just being in a studio together. But that's how it started, was us working on a gag where in the middle of the number, he could tap me on the shoulder and I stepped out and he stepped in.
Oh, and did he?
Yeah, he was incredible. The company fell on the floor because you can't believe that this wonderful actor and wonderful singer is now suddenly flying across the stage. He was superb.
Where's the video of this?
Oh, you know what? It's funny, Lee. I don't think that one exists. We could probably recreate it at some point.
Oh my God, you have to do that in, opening night gag gift where you do, everyone does Farmer and the Cowman. And so he's doing leaps in second? Like
the whole thing.
Going out?
Second.
Wow.
Yeah, barrel turns, the whole 9 yards. He was amazing.
So clearly he's a dancer and you've always known he's a dancer. So then when it was time for the Music Man, when was it that the conversation happened about, Hugh, we're going to have you tap at the end?
I think it was a little bit of a ways into it because it certainly wasn't the first idea. It wasn't the first idea for that. But when I knew I had the combination of Hugh and Sutton, and because of Marion and because of her uptight nature and because of the way that character is written, it's not a character that is open and free and that dances easily. So I wanted to give Hugh and Sutton a moment together where they could the two of them could just have a great time and let rip without the constraints of character, without her having to stay in character as Marion, and without him having to stay in character as Harold. So that was really how the genesis of the finale started. And then of course, Sutton is a beautiful tapper and Hugh was so game for it. I mean, we really worked the entire pandemic. We really worked at it.
So I was waiting the whole time because I knew there was tap and I was like, where is it? Where's the tap? I'm like, how are you putting the tap in? And because obviously I know in every Broadway, Sutton Foster, when she does a musical, she's contracted to tap in every, right? She's only allowed to tap in musicals. That's it. She can't do anything. I don't know. I don't think she tapped in Little Women. But maybe that might be the and Violet.
Violet. I don't think she did Violet.
No. So, but those might be the only two. So when did you? So Sutton's a natural, right? So she picked up the steps, in 2 seconds. When did you? What was Hugh's reaction when you had said, "Hey, I want you and Sutton to do this tap duet"?
Oh, he was like, "Let's go." I mean, always the same reaction. He just is. He's so wonderful. He's really up to try anything. He really is, and he really worked at it. And he's really I mean, you saw it. Those feet are hitting the floor. There's no tap track. Those are live mics on those shoes, and he is hitting the floor with every single beat.
When did you start teaching? He didn't know tap before this at all.
We've done a little bit over the years. We've done a little bit. In his arena show. We did some in that arena show, Madison Square Garden, and we did some at the Broadhurst a few years ago. But it's been sporadic at best. So this was the most concentrated, and actually this is the most difficult. This is the most difficult stuff I've given him. It's very, very fast.
It was. So what was it like coaching him for this?
It was nice. It was like two middle-aged men just like jumping around in a studio. Yeah, it was, but it was slow and steady. Yeah. I gotta say, it was really slow and steady. We started with basics. I don't think I did any choreography for a bit. We just did basics. We did shuffles and flaps and basic like rhythm training. And then I just built slowly. I mean, it starts with the cramp roll, right? It starts very simply, and it's has a military feel to it. So I started like that, like make 4 sounds, 1, 2, 3, 4, toe, toe, heel, heel, ba, 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 ba. And he did. And then we just kept building and building and building and building.
When did you first start the dance lessons on the tap? Like for Music Man?
Probably right after Broadway shut down.
Oh, wow. So pretty recent. I call that recent.
Yeah, I mean, for Music Man, yes. We've tapped together before that, but yeah.
And you did it, did you do it over Zoom at first, or then you met in person?
No, we were in person. We were testing and we were masked, and we had a studio that only we had the key to. So we were able to actually very safely and very quietly able to just gently keep working. And actually that was the gift he gave me during the pandemic, was he actually just wanted to gently keep going. And because it was the two of us and didn't involve anybody else, and we were both being very careful, we managed to do it.
How many days a week?
3.
3 days. And you're
or 3 mornings, because by the time we get to 1 o'clock, he and I are both exhausted.
That's so great, because it gave you something, to look forward to in the pandemic too, like somewhere to go.
Lifeline. I mean, Leah I gotta say, for me personally, because I sat in this apartment for 2 years, and without those 3 days, I think I would have lost my mind.
How did you shape the movement though in the tap to Hugh's skill set? Because obviously he's novice at this. So how did you ultimately choreograph for him?
It's military based, right? The cramp rolls are military based. The running patterns with the shuffling is the same, like double time. The step scuff butter is something that I've used with him before, so that was familiar territory. But the ragtime stuff was all new, and we just worked at it. And I didn't censor myself, because I tapped too, so I let my feet go and just created, and then turned around and was like, okay, this is what we're doing. So I didn't pull any punches with him. Like I came out punching with that.
And it was 3 days a week up until now, basically.
Yeah, up until rehearsal started, and we took a break. He went away and made a beautiful movie in England for a few weeks, and we took some time off in the summer. Like, it wasn't really, it wasn't as intense as our Broadway rehearsals are, but we both took it very seriously.